Well, fans, what a show we've just seen, and so much of that amazing stuff came from this man right here, Don King and the General. In the opener, we talked about the amazing season that Don has had so far, and here tonight, you know what, let's just take this piece by piece. Start with that wheelie contest. You get it all the way up there, almost tips over backwards on it. How'd you bring it back down?
Well, I tell you, I was just feathering it, kept talking to it, just saying, nice baby, come on to those wheels, and it finally come on back. It was true to me.
Well, it was great stuff, and it was an amazing moment. The fans here were pumped up, and you nailed down another wheelie contest when you're almost unbeatable in wheelie contests this year, it seems.
Well, I tell you, my trucks are really great for me. Without them holding up and good parts, why, couldn't be done. But, yeah, we've had a really great season in that.
Now, real quick, let's talk about freestyle, too. You had some tough competition. Gunslinger was out there getting huge air. Dan Ronnie came out and put on a solid run, and even Wildmann was pretty solid. But when it came right down to it, you were launching up over that van and then riding slap wheelies down the arena. Talk about that.
Yeah, I tell you what, when Gunslinger went out there with all that power and he was moving around with some speed, and, he was doing a real impressive job, and I knew then I was going to have to be on my game when I got out there. So I just talked to the old gal a little bit, and we stepped her up a little bit, and fortunately we come out on top really close. You know, we got Dan Runte and Bigfoot, one of the best drivers in the business, and Scott with his truck Gunslinger, and I tell you what, this is top of the line stuff right here.
Top of the line stuff, and it was Don King and the General taking home the big win tonight here in Springdale. Amazing show by the General. Don King showing the fans how it's done here in Springdale. Well, Monster Truck fans, we've got one show in the books. Springdale, Arkansas was rocked by the Monster X Tour. We had a lot of fun getting to see some coverage of a promoter you don't usually get to see. And Danny Torgerson and the Monster X Tour, they put on a really solid show here in Springdale in front of a packed house. He had the best. Dan Ronnie, Scott Hartsock, and Don King going head-to-head. And we built it in the opener. With that kind of competition, it was going to be a wild show, and it certainly was. Now, you saw the small coverage we did from Columbia, Missouri. You saw what Don King and Barefoot was all about, and here tonight on TMB TV, you got to see Don King and Don's Monsters getting it done here with the General, wheelie contest and freestyle. And not to mention a great final round race between Scott Hartsock and Dan Ronnie and Bigfoot, and it was definitely a big moment for Scott to be able to knock off Dan Ronnie and Bigfoot in that great final round matchup. But that's not all for this episode. It's been a lot of action. We've got more coming up, and we'll be talking to you again here shortly. We're heading out to Lawton, Oklahoma for the Outlaw Monster Truck Spectacular, the Lawton Rangers Rodeo Arena. We got Bounty Hunter, we got Iron Outlaw, Unnamed and Untamed, Nasty Boy, and Half Pint, and it's going to be a great time. More coverage from another promoter you don't get to see too much of, all in this episode of TMB TV. We'll see you in Lawton. MonsterTruck.com! We know! Well, hey, fans, here we are, Lawton, Oklahoma, the Lawton Rangers Rodeo Arena. We're going to have a great time tonight. It's the Outlaw Monster Truck Spectacular as we continue our highlight of some of the promoters that you haven't had a chance to see on TMB TV yet. And here we are with Steve Quercio's Outlaw Monster Trucks crew. We're going to have a great time tonight because we've got some real strong, heavy-hitting trucks here in this lineup, and it includes 2 Extreme Racing. We got Bounty Hunter, we got Iron Outlaw, and they're going to be taking on Sturges Motorsports and Unnamed and Untamed, Nasty Boy, and Half Pint. We don't get to see the Sturges guys as much as we like to. We've only gotten to bring them to you at Firebird Raceway, so it's going to be a lot of fun bringing you that action here tonight as they go head-to-head with Jimmy Cretin's team. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's the unique format of the Outlaw Monster Trucks in that they do several rounds of freestyle. No racing, no other stuff. It's all freestyle, and we're going to have a lot of good fun bringing it to you here tonight. So without further ado, here it comes, the first round of freestyle right here in Lawton.